All right. Hey guys, how are you? My name is Val Bozzo. I am the creator of Legacy United. We are kicking off our brand new call times, call days. So we are now officially going to be every Tuesday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 10 a.m. Central Time. We're pretty much, that's where most of us are located, I think. So that's what we're rolling with. And yes, it will be every Tuesday. So for those of you who maybe this is your first call, I want to welcome you, and I'm so excited to have you on, have you listening. We are going to give you a jam-packed call today that I'm really excited about. We have our guest speaker, Melissa Williard. She is one of my personally sponsored diamond coaches. She is a one-star diamond, so she is going to be sharing some tips with you today on how to move your business forward. We will actually be doing kind of like an interview style, so I'm excited to try this out too to see how it goes. And I'm going to start with a few announcements. So first of all, it is the middle of August already, and size, our challenge pack for size is on sale. It will be on sale through the end of the month, and I've already been getting questions from people about, hey, do you know what will be on sale in September? No, I do not. We do not find out any promos until usually like the first day of that new month. So right now, size challenge pack is $140, and also our size kickstart challenge pack, which includes the size program, your Shakeology, and also the 3-day refresh. That all comes in a bundle pack, and that is $180. So that's on sale this month as well. So, if you guys are into the dancing, or you're really up in and you're promoting the size challenge pack, seriously keep rolling with it, because we still have 2 weeks left in the month. And our team cup, this is our team cup month. Guys, don't let your team cups fizzle. I know what it's like. I've been on a team cup in these, quote unquote, harder months. August is notoriously difficult when it comes to Success Club, when it comes to business, when it just comes to kind of driving forward. Why? Does it mean if you're hearing crickets, does that mean that you're a bad coach or that you are not good at this? No, that is not what it means. It means that August is a really busy month for most people. Kids go back to school. Teachers go back to school. It's back to school shopping. It is paying for lunches. It is football, soccer, cheerleading, all of these extra expenses that come out of most parents' pockets. And it's also going into fall, so, fall clothes shopping and all of that. So don't feel like it is a direct reflection of you, your business, and how you're running it. Okay, August just means that people are busy right now. Does not mean that you need to stop inviting or that you should just slow down. No, actually what it means is that you need to push harder, that you need to invite more. Rally together in your team cup. And if you're not on a team cup, that's okay. Post in our team page and we will help get you guys motivated, get the energy flowing. We all hit little funks and roadblocks in our businesses. I promise you. The successful coaches are the ones who drive through it, who end their month with Success Club, and they keep on going right into the next month. And then you'll see that all of those invites that you did, all of those extra people that you had talked to during the slower times or those days that you were hearing crickets, when you're doing your follow-ups, it's so much easier than maybe the following month or the month after, because those people that you had already connected with, they're kind of like, okay, I'm ready now. Things have slowed down. So you want to consistently be inviting. I want you guys to set a time to connect with your team cups this week. Whether it's in a Zoom call, one-on-one calls, just get the momentum back up and going. Give each other some really great ideas and tips on how to get the business going. I see that Success Club numbers are low. Again, August is a low month, and most people are hitting Success Club more between like the second, third, and fourth week rather than the first and the second week of the month. This is my third August in this business, so I definitely have seen it. I also want you guys to set some goals. If you have, maybe you're not achieving the goals that you originally set, reevaluate, see where you're at, don't give up. But maybe you want to set, maybe your goal was Success Club 50 or something. Well, maybe set it back down to, okay, let's aim for Success Club 10 to 20, and let's figure that out. Reverse engineer that. That means you need to have 5 to 10 challenge pack sales this month versus the 25 that you had originally started with, or something. You know, it's just really a way for you guys to have fun and push for really big, scary goals. And it does not mean that you're always going to crush them. The team cup does not mean that you all want to be number one in the company to earn it. No, it's really just to push and make you go out of your comfort zone and make sure that you're just, you know, you're driving your business forward during this month. So don't give up, don't lose steam. Let's really get our mojo back and get on board and touch base with your teams. You know, even if you can get a little bit of free swag out of the deal, that's the coolest part. I mean, I got my little bobbleheads right here behind me. You know, I work for some team swag, and I work for cute t-shirts from Beachbody. Let's see here. What else was on our agenda? So our announcements, finishing the month strong. So I kind of just touched base with all the tips in the Team Cup aspect as well, but this really just goes for anyone and your business. You know, we start to feel these lulls at times, but this is when you step out of your comfort zone and you're like, okay, I need to rally my team. And your team could be just you. Maybe you're a brand new coach, or maybe you have 1 or 2 coaches. You're an Emerald coach. You know what? You have a team. So start talking to people, start gaining some momentum with them, and run a Push to Success Club group. So I will be opening ours tomorrow for our entire team. I will be posting the link in our team page for you all to add yourselves to our Push to Success Club rally, whatever I call it, different things. But really, it's just going to be motivating each other. 3 challenge packs is all it takes at Success Club. That is non-negotiable when you are running a business, and you want to relay that to all of your coaches on your team as well. There should never be a question if you will hit Success Club. It is always, I will achieve a minimum of Success Club 5, which is 3 challenge packs every single month. So getting your team together, you know, maybe add yourselves into our big Legacy United Success Club rally, and then start a little chat, like a, like a chat in Facebook messaging with your team, or create a new group and just put your team in there. And let me give you a little tip about groups, because I know that it can be overwhelming. If you're not using your favorites, you can add groups to your favorites, so that way it's not so crazy. So just keep the ones that you're in, like this month, in your favorites tab on the left-hand side of your Facebook screen. Or maybe still, even with your favorites, if you're like me, I'm a part of more groups than I even want to count right now. But I write down on a piece of paper which groups I have to check into and post in every day. And generally for me, that's about 5 to 7. And it's so much easier to manage, and it does not feel overwhelming at all when it's written down on a piece of paper for me. And I just take my highlighter. So in the mornings, whenever I do my daily post, I highlight it off one by one. And then I go back, so I have an orange highlighter, a pink highlighter, and a purple highlighter. I just like colored highlighters. And then I check into my groups 3 times a day. So the first one is orange. I highlight it whenever I post. My second one, I think I use the purple one. That's like my afternoon post. And then the next one is the pink, or maybe it was blue, whatever. I highlight it in the evening after. And it takes me, no time at all to do that. And I don't feel like the air is like being sucked out of me because I have so many groups to check into. So put that on your priority list. Success Club group to help each other get to Success Club. Do one-on-one with your coaches. Start them now. Even if that one-on-one is, a 5-minute phone conversation just to pump each other up and get each other motivated. Or maybe it is you making some videos and posting them in your team page. Even if your team page is you and like one other coach. That's how I started. It was like I would post in there every single day in Legacy United when we had like 3 people. And guys, I heard crickets for like the first year of my business, literally. So you see now we're over 300 people, and it's so crazy cool when people post in there. That is what will happen as long as you make it a priority to just be consistent in there. I already mentioned Zoom calls with your team. Make some fun challenges. So maybe start now in your groups, in your team pages. Whoever gets to Success Club 5 by the 20th or the 25th, enter their name into a drawing for a prize, a free t-shirt or, a notebook or something, just something that you would want to get and receive yourself. And then, maybe Success Club 5, they get their name drawn. And then if they hit Success Club 10, their name goes into a bucket a second time. Just those are those little things that you can do for your team to really show them, hey, let's do this. You'll be incentivized for a little reward at the end. And then, a prize drawing. Same can go for if you sign up a new coach on your own team. Tell your team, sign up a new coach. Your name is going to go into a hat, and you're going to go in for this drawing. Do business opportunity calls. So, guys, I know that is scary. That was the biggest. It's still scary for me to get on once a month and talk about my business, and it's just nerve-wracking sometimes. But you can literally pull up Zoom that we're on right now, hit record yourself talking for 20 or 30 minutes. Talk about yourself, your business, how you've grown, what you do in your own business, and tell your story. Practice it over and over. Upload it to YouTube, and it's there, and you can share that with people. That is a necessity in your business. And just start, just go out of your comfort zone and do that. It will drive you forward over time. It's going to get better and better. And who cares? Like I said, if nobody gets on, maybe you're like, hey, here's the link, on your Facebook page or something, and one person gets on, and it's your mom. That was me. My mom got on like my first call. Okay, that's cool. At least you have your mom on there for some support, and it will gradually grow and grow and grow. And really just inviting like crazy, go out of your comfort zone, use social media, start a series. So these are all running into my next how to really push at the end of the month, and start a series on social media. So maybe, again, it's August and September. School is starting. So this is what I'm doing and focusing on. Back to school lunches. Take a picture of your kids' lunch boxes. I've been doing that every single day, and I'm going to do put them in little collages, and that's going to start to gain some interest of maybe moms and busy parents who are packing lunches. Crock pot meal ideas. Maybe a crock pot meal of the day, do 5 days, and then have people really start to be interested in, talking about your challenge group and how this will go and be extended into maybe 30 crock pot meals for your challenge groups. Join my challenge group and be entered to receive the Fixate cookbook this month for your challenge groups. Budgeting for a family, food budgeting, even clothing budgeting, just something like that for families. Time saving and time management tips. Do a series on what you do to save some time and energy each week. Sharing yourself. Do some videos. Download Periscope. I did my first Periscope today. If you don't know what it is, Google it. Download the app on your phone. It's just crazy how it works. It's literally like a live video feed like this that people can subscribe to and watch you. So I did it while I worked out this morning. And always give a clear call to action on your posts. So when you're talking about maybe the school lunch ideas, at the end of your post, give a clear, hey, if you would like some more tips or information about school lunches, comment or like on this post. If you're inviting for a challenge group, I'm looking for 5 more ladies who want to join this challenge group. Please comment or like, or send me a private message, or fill out this application below to be considered. It's always that clear call to action for people. And again, if you're feeling like you're stuck, I hope that these tips have really helped you guys, because consistency is your best friend. That's what it comes down to. It is pushing through. Success does not mean that it just comes, all this comes naturally, and that all of these things are handed to you. That you guys might think that I'm just ooh, I hit Success Club 10, the first day of the month every month. No, okay? I work my business too, just like all of you. I'm using attraction marketing on social media. So my first full year as a coach, I literally invited 5 to 40 people a day, depending on what my day looked like. And it was still pulling teeth to hit Success Club. And then after kind of building that momentum over that first year, that pumping the well that we talk about in the compound effect, then I started getting the trickles, and then the water started flowing because I have more eyes on me now in social media. So I can really focus on attracting people to me, but that comes over time. Don't think that attraction marketing is just going to work like the second you decide you're going to be a Beachbody coach. That's not really how it all works. Allie Van Arsdale posted in our team page just last week, I think it was, about if you're feeling stuck. Like, she totally used herself as an example, but I'm going to read to you just what she wrote real quick. And when it's really a slow month, don't let it defeat you and get you down. And she wrote, believe me, I have been there and I am living it right now, but this isn't my first slow month and it certainly won't be my last. So that's how we all feel. How do we cope? How do we still hit Success Club? How do we still move our businesses forward? And how do we let our goals be in the present? Personal development is number one. And you guys, especially if you're newer coaches, you might be laughing at me because I was the one laughing in the beginning of my business. Like, who needs to read a book? Every single one of us needs to be reading and listening to personal development a lot. It should be the number one on the 3 vital behaviors. It gets your mindset in the right place, and it helps build you up and helps to turn you to a better leader. It's key. Number 2, inviting. She says, I still invite 5 to 10 people every day. Even though I hate inviting, she always has, but she does it anyways. Remember, if you're having a slow month now, think about your activities a month ago. Were you slacking a little then? I know I was, which is why my month is slow now. Consistency, that is what it takes. And then the third one is following up with everyone. And when I say follow up, for me, I have followed up with people up to like 10, 15, 17 times. And it's crazy, but I've had somebody sign up with a challenge pack on the 17th follow-up. So don't stop after 2 or 3 times and think that you're bugging people, because most people are just busy. And if you're bugging them and they don't like you, then they will probably just delete you or block you. It happens to all of us, and it's okay. It helps us grow some thicker skin. But most people are watching you. I really do promise that. And she wrote, I hang in there. It's almost Friday. And 90% of the time, she gets responses back. And then she goes on to say, then we just chat about life. So if you're like, how do I invite? Just connect. Make a connection. Chat with people. Be relatable. And then message them about what's going on in life. Odds are they will mention your previous message. So odds are they've seen your previous message, so they'll bring it up. And then number 4, get consistent with you. So think about it. If you are slacking on your workout, if you're not drinking your Shakeology, if you're not eating clean, your business is going to kind of fall to the wayside. That's just what happens. People, it's almost like they have this hidden camera in your house and they know what you're doing. But if you are doing your workouts, you're drinking your Shakeology, eating right, even when you're not eating right on those some days, share it. You need to share you. Don't just show a product of Shaw and T. People want to see you doing it. And then don't get desperate in your posts. This is so huge. Keep that even balance of sharing our lifestyle and your all calls. So those, challenge groups and business opportunities. Don't go flashing price tags in people's face. I scroll right past those. You want to be set apart. You want people to stop and read your posts. And if you're not posting consistently 3 times or more per day, you're showing your potential customers that you will give up on them. It's crazy to think of it that way, but that is truth. When people see you slacking in your posts, they lose trust. So start now, start fresh. Let's turn over this new leaf. Kick this slow month to the curb and make it a great month. You have the power to make it better. So I hope that helped a little bit. If you're feeling stuck, know that these are all the things that we follow religiously every single day that helps to make us successful coaches. And last but not least, our small groups. So right now, we have our 5-day sneak peek. I started it yesterday. Go in there. The post is on our team page. If you need the link, post in the comment section of the recording here or write in the comments down here below, and I can send that, repost that if you need it. That's going on, and I will leave that open until the last day of the month, so you guys can feel free to add as many people in there and just have them read the posts. I'm the only one who can actually post the daily posts in there, so it keeps it very cleaned up. And there's only going to be the posts that are posted about the business and about, how to grow your Beachbody business. So people can go back and go through those on their free time. Coming on Monday, I am going to be co-running a group with one of my success partners. Her name is Lindsay Westbrook, and we are going to do an inviting boot camp. So this is really going to be geared towards how to teach you guys how to invite, like inviting, what it means, what it looks like. We're going to give you videos. We're going to give you scripts. We're going to give you what our conversations look like and how simple it really is, and how we really stick to like that 3 to 4 sentence rule, where it's like connect with someone and then leading into the invite process. So if you're interested in that, leave your name in the comments of the link once I post this video, and we'll get you started. And you can also look for a few reminders. I'll definitely be posting more about it, but that will be Monday, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be 10 to 14 days. We haven't decided exactly the length. Also, in September, so coming in September, we will be doing a Push to Diamond group. It's going to be a buy-in group, so you'll pay $20, and once we end this group after the 4 to 6 weeks, again, to be determined on the length, whoever advances to Diamond and holds their rank for 6 weeks, you guys will get a part of the pot of money. And then we will also make some t-shirts, and we're just really going to help you guys go out of your comfort zone and show you that Diamond is cool. Like the cool kids are Diamond, right? And I don't want to offend anyone. That was just meant to be funny. But really, like, that's just where the leadership kind of starts to grow. And we just want to teach you guys how fun it is and break it down for you, because I thought that Diamond was like so hard. I'm like, I will never be a Diamond coach. But once you get there, you look back, it's like, oh, that was just a mindset shift. It really was not that hard. So we'll teach you how to break that down too. We'll be covering confidence, time management, leadership, and recruiting during that group. And then coach trainings, ask your upline coach when there's a starting, and utilize our team website. So teamlegacyunited.com, password is Anchor. Please use that. Direct your coaches there. And this week, game plan for me is to upload my coach basics that I use into daily posts. So that way you can direct all of your new coaches if you don't have a group starting off, for 3 weeks, but you signed up a new Rockstar coach. You can say, okay, well, go to the website here, and here you go. Start here, go to this next section, and you just direct your new coaches there. Make sure you're running challenge groups at least 1 a month. Sometimes 2. You can do some free groups, maybe like a 3 to 5 day clean eating group. Make people buy some Shakeology samples, require something, or at least make them reserve a spot as a free, as their free coach. Make them go to your link and sign up. Give them some kind of a call to action to make sure they are your customer. And then our call series for September is going to be all about volume. So each week for the entire month of September, we're going to be talking about what volume means, how it helps your business grow, what you can do to be a top producer on Legacy United, how to get above 500 personal volume each week and be on the cool leaderboards, how to grow your income faster, and why rank is so important, and then stabilizing that rank while you grow your volume. So, I think that went well. All right, we have Missy Williard, who is going to kick off our call. So like I said, we're going to do kind of like an interview type deal. So I'm going to go ahead and unmute you, Miss. And
I got it.
like, oh, cool, awesome. All right, girl. So, hello. Would you like to introduce yourself a little bit?
So I'm Missy, if you guys don't know me. I'm pretty much the eccentric, strange, crazy one on Val's personally sponsored coaches. I'm a 1-star diamond. I have been a coach for about a year and a half, give or take, like a couple weeks here or there. And I don't really know how to describe myself, because most of the time I'm just kind of so off the wall that I don't really make a whole lot of sense unless you know me, basically. How did I get started into coaching? Because that's one of those things where I was just like, all right, let's just do this. I started in my first challenge group in January of 2014. And basically what happened, I had watched Val post on her social media for like 3 months. I had tried this Natalie Jill Fit thing that my best friend had bought, and we literally just kind of Snapchatted each other and we're like, okay, this is how we're going to hold each other accountable. Turns out we sucked at that really bad. So I decided, okay, she's doing this T25 thing. I've seen the videos for it. It must work. Let's try it. And she's like, okay, you need a challenge pack. We'll get you in this group. It's going to be great. And I was like, I don't know about this group thing. And the Shakeology, because I had muscle milk. I was happy with that. And I was like, fine, you know what? I'll just give it a try because obviously my friends can't motivate me. My cat's really not doing it for me. So what the hell? Went for it. And after 2 weeks, I loved it. I loved the results. I loved how I felt from Shakeology. I loved that my freaking hair was growing back because I had been so stressed out for an entire year. So that's what made me really want to become a coach. I wanted to be able to share that with people. I wanted to be the person that got them excited about it, that got them excited to be healthy, to see the results that I was seeing. So that's kind of my basis, where I came from, and how I got into coaching.
That's awesome, girl. Okay, so next question. When you decided to make this your full-time job, what rank were you at the business as an emerald, diamond, etc.?
So when I decided to take this to full-time as my 24/7, it was about 9 months into my business. I was working just on my commute to work, on my commute home, everything like that. And I finally reached 1-star diamond. I was making basically what I was taking home at my full-time job, give or take like a little bit with taxes here and there. So I was just like, you know what? If I can make this much just from coaching alone, I'm just going to go all in because I hate my full-time job. I hate getting up and going to work and commuting. And I was like, okay, 1-star, let's do this. And that's when I went for it.
That's awesome. Okay, and how long did it take you to reach your goal of diamond? And then what point after diamond did you go 1-star?
Okay, so when I first went from like emerald to diamond, I think it was 90 days. And then when I went 1-star, I want to say it was probably another 3 months after I went, like when I was diamond and I went to 1-star, it was about 3 months. So 90-day stints is pretty much how it worked.
That's cool. And that's awesome because that's really what the breakdown is for most coaches. So as you guys come on, you're onboarding. Emerald rank is really, anywhere from your first day as a coach to like your first 30. So it's like 1 to 30 days for emerald. And then we always kind of shoot then for diamond between that 60 to 90 day mark. So if you're the type of person that you really need a benchmark, kind of like Missy, I can remember us having this conversation. Well, if you want to grow in the company and you want to make this your full-time job, then aim for this. And that's really what she's done. So that's really cool. Let's see. How many coaches on average do you recruit per month?
Okay, so everybody, I get messages all the time, especially when I have a good month, where people are like, how do you recruit so many coaches? What are you doing? And honestly, those are like my happy months when people are like, oh my God, what are you doing? I don't always recruit like 10 to 20 people. Average, probably about 3 to 5, because I consistently hit Success Club 5 or 10, depending on whether it's a slow month, whether it's a really good month. And then everybody's going to have those months where you're like, oh my God, I don't know what I'm doing, but it's freaking awesome because I just recruited like 13 coaches. Granted, they're not always working, but that's okay. You don't have to have working coaches as long as you're still recruiting people, because those challengers that you're recruiting, there are better odds that they're going to end up loving their Shakeology, loving their group, really wanting to share the opportunity with other people. And those are the ones that are going to become your working coaches.
That's exactly right. It's why we keep saying recruit, recruit, recruit. And you can't really define who will be a working coach, because sometimes people like Missy comes into this just with the challenge pack, and then like a light bulb goes on. And you're like, oh my gosh, I want to do this. I want to work this business. And then other ones will come into the business and they're like, I want to work. I'm going to be a full-time coach. And they sign up and there is crickets and they're gone, and like you don't know where they went, and they don't so we all go through that. So that's really good.
Yeah, and don't be shocked if you ever have somebody that's like, oh my God, I want a coach. They sign up and then all of a sudden they just cancel.
Yes.
That happens.
It does happen. And then we want to be honest.
Don't be shocked. You never know who's going to be a working coach.
Exactly. So never discredit anyone. And a lot of times too, some of those people who maybe you've prejudged, or you're like, oh, I don't think that they'd be a really good coach or anything. Sometimes, you know what, they just need you to believe in them and to support them. And that's all that it takes. And they are just like, oh my gosh, like you believed in me. So I want to do this too. And I want to do this with you. So never discredit anyone. Missy, why is it so important to you to keep growing your business?
Well, let's be honest here. If I didn't grow my business, I wouldn't have an income, number one. But in all honesty, growing your business comes down to the fact that life is constantly changing all the time, not just for you, for every single person out there. So your circumstances change, other people's circumstances change. Maybe they weren't ready to do something at that point, but then they're like, okay, now I'm ready. That constant change of things is something that you have to learn to go with. And as you're in this business, you realize that there's that ebb and flow, and you're going to have to keep moving, whether it's because people aren't working with you, whether it's something with your own health and you need to just get over a plateau, whatever it is, you just have to just keep moving. Blinders on, keep going. Because as soon as you stop, like Val was talking about earlier, as soon as you stop pumping that well, you're starting over. You're starting at square one. So you never want to stop growing your business if you're trying to make this your full-time job. With regards to growing yourself, the personal development is so key, because there have been times where I literally would rather just curl up in my bed and cry than look at my inbox, because it's just so overwhelming sometimes. And having that personal development there to just be like, oh, okay, like other people go through this and this is how they got out of it. Just having that, there's something about it, and I can't really explain it because it's that part of your brain where you just can't facilitate it into words. But not only when you grow yourself, are you helping yourself, because you're growing yourself, but you're also learning leadership, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Because when you learn your leadership role, you're going to be helping those around you. So by helping yourself, you're really helping you and your team. So that's why it's so important. That's my roundabout circle.
Yeah, that is. It's so true, because if you stop your business, if you stop your personal development, you ultimately stop growing yourself. And the negatives are so easy to let them come in. And there are days when it's like, oh my gosh, I have this inbox and I don't even want to open it right now. I need I don't even know what to do. So I do. And I will give my tip, my little 2 cents in there. So I generally do my personal development in the morning. So whenever I wake up, while I'm drinking my E&E, I shut my alarm off. I just turn on a podcast real quick, or like an audiobook that I'm listening to, and I listen to it for at least 15 to 20 minutes. And then I go out and I do my workout, and then the same deal while I'm making my kids breakfast and stuff. So I'm feeding my mind and my soul before I even start my work day. And it makes me so much better of a person because I can go into that inbox in the morning and be like, okay, cool. Like, I'm ready to give some people some awesome advice or reply to these messages or hear some no's, and it doesn't sting as bad, I guess, whenever you're so pumped up and on top of the world that you're like, let's do this. I got this today. And being okay with taking time for yourself throughout the day too. And I'm sure, Missy, you can understand, like, if you're working during the day, take some time for an hour or two, go for a walk, listen to more personal development, read your book. Don't feel like you need to be at your computer all the time. You're not a short order cook ever. You just need to remember that you set your business hours and you work with your own schedule and, work with the people who are giving, who you see in your business, I guess you can say. Work with those coaches who are deserving of your time, who are actually doing the steps that it takes to move their business forward. So what daily activities are crucial to you in reaching your goals?
Okay, so this is like preaching to the choir because the vital behaviors are 100% where it's at. It's all about your consistency on social media, making sure that you're visible so people see you, doing your invites every day, doing your personal development. Another thing that I really feel like is key to your business, especially if you're trying to work towards recruiting a solid team, make sure that you are checking into your challenge groups and you are commenting. It absolutely drives me bonkers when people just like posts, because if I were in a challenge group and someone just liked my post, I wouldn't feel like they read it. I wouldn't. I would not feel like I had the support that I signed up for. So that is a vital thing in my business. I don't care if I'm 3 days behind in a challenge group because I had something going on and I didn't get to check in. I go back and I comment on every single person's post, whether they're my challenger or someone else's. That is vital because that is support.
Preach it, girl. I'm telling you that, and I've said it for 2 years that I've been a coach too. It doesn't matter if they're your challenger, quote unquote. No, you show them the support because we're a team, and that's what we are. Who we are is Legacy United. Like, we're united, and we want everyone to feel like they matter because you never know if that challenger, like, what kind of person they are or what kind of day they're having, or maybe they're so far at rock bottom that one, you taking a minute out of your day just to write a heartfelt comment or ask them a question or just tell them to have a good day or make a quick video for everyone to watch, that is so powerful that sometimes we don't even realize it. So true, Missy. Thank you for mentioning that.
Yeah.
Let's see. Do you run your own coach sneak peeks, business opportunity calls, coach basics, push to success club, push to diamond, any other of those groups monthly or bi-monthly in your business, and why or why not?
Okay. So go ahead, crucify me now. I'm going to be 100% raw with you and honest because that's who I am. I don't always run these. Shame on me, but there are months where you just don't have those working coaches, and it's not to your benefit to run a group with one person, or just, it's so much easier to just do a one-on-one and Zoom call with them and walk them through the back office rather than set up a group where you're wasting your time hoot-sweeting everything out. It just doesn't make sense in my business. Personally, I just don't feel like that's worth it. But sometimes I'll team up with Allie because I'm not going to lie, her groups that she runs to teach people are absolutely on point because she does have that teaching ability. Whereas I'm not sporadic, like I'm all over the place, but I am in the process of doing a business opportunity call that I can record and send to people. That way I'm on top of that because it is really important for the people that you are looking to work with to hear from you rather than 20,000 other people that have business opportunity calls because they want to work with you for a reason. So that's what it is with that. I don't always run Success Club push groups or push to diamond groups or just push anything groups, because a lot of the people on my team, if I do a personality analysis with them, they tend to be like the quiet pearl, like they don't want to be pushed type people. So I don't tend to do the push groups so much. I'll push people on an individual basis where I'm messaging you and working with you that way versus actually running a group to do it.
Cool. And actually, I labeled them as push. A lot of times I don't call them push groups. Like our last diamond group, I call it like dash to diamond or something like that, or in the next level, or 60 days to excellence or something like that, like just change their names. But, and yeah, I will say too, even for me, like if I know that I only have one or two people, then I do more of, okay, well, we're going to meet on our Zoom call this week and I'm going to maybe message you some, assignments or something, and we're going to do this and teach. But also let me point out to everybody on this call, Missy, you pointed out Allie. Allie is amazing. She's a teacher. She's on the call. Like, she's so cool. And, you're like, I'm scatterbrained. I'm all over the place. Don't think that because you're scatterbrained or because you are the teacher style that you're going to be successful or unsuccessful. Let me show you guys what my notes look like for this call. Okay. Do you see this? This is me. I like sticky notes and I like colors. Okay.
That's
I'm scattered. I wish I was the teacher. I'm becoming more of a teacher. I'm trying. I am a preacher. I can preach it all day and I can tell you what's worked for me and what hasn't. So don't feel like that's a disability or it's debilitating your business. Use that. Shine with it. Tell people, I'll provide some teaching material, but for me, and this is what you get from me. And just running your own groups. And sometimes even if you pair up, that was great. You pair up with Allie, you pair up with another coach. That's really cool too. So always know that you guys can post in Legacy United, get some feedback, get some traction in your own coaches, in your upline, like your own personally sponsored groups. Always ask, because sometimes you'll find the best success partners out of asking to run groups as well. And I will point out too that a lot of times so many more people will shine through when it's smaller groups rather than, oh, well, let's get like 70 people in a group. Let's get 10 coaches to run this group together. You don't want that. Like, smaller groups work very well too. So, sometimes those 2 to 5 people, even in a challenge group, it's okay if you only have 2 or 3 challengers. I have done Coach Basics. I have done any group you can think of, sometimes with like 2 or 3 people. So it's your own style, it's your own flair, but don't feel like you have to fit a mold, because you're awesome. You can do whatever you want to do with your business.
And I will say too, when you team up with other people on, like, even if it's just like within Legacy United and it's somebody that you've never run a challenge group with before, sometimes those end up being some of the best groups for you, because you can pull from their ideas and use them in another challenge group in the future. I know when I worked with Lisa and Julia, they had an amazing challenge group, and I really loved that they always had like these videos and stuff, and they set it up a little bit different than any challenge group that I'd ever been in. Like, their preseason really kind of built on itself, and I liked that, and I tried it in another group and it actually worked really well. It kept people more engaged during that whole preseason, where most of the time people are like, I don't know if I should post or what. So don't discredit just going out and finding some other person on the team to work with. You don't necessarily have to stay within your normal little group. Like, people have great ideas. You just have to find them.
So true. Even like I mentioned that I'm going to do this inviting group with a coach on a completely different team. We've just met and we click. We're a lot alike and we wanted to run a group together. So, and she's super cool. So I hope you all participate in that group too as well. Missy, how do you get your coaches to push to rank advance? Because you did mention a lot of them are not pushers. So how do you explain rank advancing to them without you feeling like you're pushing your own agenda on them? Because ultimately, when your coach reaches their goal, it helps you get closer to your own goals. So what's your strategy on that?
Okay, so when it comes to goals on my team, I've never specifically put out anything like, oh, my goal is to be 15-star diamond, my goal is to be elite, my goal is this, my goal is that. I think the only goal that I've ever really posted in my team page was the fact that I want to be able to take my team on a diamond leadership retreat to Costa Rica. That's the only time I've ever put some sort of goal of my own into the team page, because I don't really think specifically in terms of like, okay, I need you guys to be diamonds so that I can get to elite. Because as much as I want to be elite, it's not something that really, I don't know, just weighs on me, I guess. Like, I don't let it be something that's pressure to me. I just let it be something that I want to happen, but not specifically like, I'm going to die if it doesn't happen kind of thing. So I've kind of taken the mentality that Allie has whenever she started her team, and I would rather have my team be stable. Yeah. So teaching them to focus on their vital behaviors and focus more towards their particular goals. Like, one of my brand new coaches, she went Emerald and she's like, quitting my job. I was like, huh, she gave me a heart attack. So right now, a lot of my focus is I need to help her so that she can create a stable income so that she doesn't have to worry. So I've like taken myself a lot out of the equation because I don't want someone to flounder. I want someone to succeed in this business. And I don't know. That's just where my head is at.
No, it's true. And you definitely made a good point, taking yourself out of the equation. But you also are focusing, your goals will be focused on the goals of the coaches who are on your team. And then finding, your one coach, you just like, she's a rock star. She just went Emerald in no time at all. And again, the numbers are really for every 10 to 15 coaches that join your team, one becomes that quote unquote rock star. One gets it and takes off and wants this to be their full-time gig and really wants to drive it. But the important part for you too is like setting those goals with that date, but also then working with the willing and working with those who want to achieve it. And it is crazy that you say, you're like, I never post my goals in my team page. I never did either. Like, I was always scared. I'm like, I never want anybody to feel like I'm pressuring them to achieve this or whatever. But a lot of my leadership calls that I personally have been going through with corporate, they're like, you have to share this with your team because, you're preaching and teaching them how to set goals and helping them to achieve it. But what are you showing them if you're not sharing your own goals with them too? What you're aiming for over this period of time. And I'm like, okay, like that's actually a really good point. So I think I posted it a couple weeks ago. My very first time I think I've ever posted my goals in our team page for you guys to see. And that was like me being so vulnerable. And I was like, oh my goodness, I hope no one's hoping that I'm, plotting or doing anything, because that's never what it is. I talk with my team about their goals and what they want to accomplish and all this. So it kind of just flows. And then even yesterday I posted again. I was like, but talking about it openly with your team too, it's not a bad thing. And it's taken me 2 years to realize it's okay. And you want your team to be open and honest. So being that leader and sharing, okay, well, here are my goals. Here are my end of year goals too. Taking a picture of your goal board. And I know for me, I switched my focus too. So, eventually, ultimately, my goal is 15-star. Missy, I know eventually your goal is 15-star. Most of us in this business who are creating this to be our full-time business will be 15-star. That's the ultimate that you can achieve in one business center. So instead of saying, okay, I want to be 15 star, that was when I started this year out, I was like 15 star by this date. And then finally, just like a couple months ago, I'm like, it's not really working for me. How about, okay, the month of July, I want to help 2 of my personally sponsored coaches achieve diamond rank because that's what they want. Or, I want to help 5 of my personally sponsored coaches achieve emerald. And then I take it further, and then I was like, okay, like I broke it down, and I was like, I want to help 10 of my entire downline achieve diamond because I want to run this, a something to diamond, dash to diamond, however to get to diamond. So that's what I did, and I noticed such a shift. So that's what I'm trying to teach you guys, shifting that mindset to where it's okay to share your goals. It's okay if you want to be elite, and sharing that even on your Facebook wall. Hey, you know what? This is my goal, Facebook people. You don't understand what it means. But if you've been sitting there thinking, what is this business? I think I might be good at it. Don't be afraid to reach out. And, you could be one of my 5 rock stars. You could be one of my 5 that I personally mentor. So wording it to attract people to you, that's okay to do. So I like that you were totally open with that. That's good. What does success look like to you?
See, this is one of those like really, I don't know, open-ended questions where it's super hard to answer. Basically, success to me would be being debt-free and being able to honestly travel wherever I wanted to go. That right there, that's success, because I want to be one of those people where I can just go out in the woods and be happy, look at the mountains, I don't know, just take in the scenery.
That's cool.
But it's one of those things you have to work towards, and you have to put in the work.
It is. So then that parallels off of my last question for you. What sacrifices are you making, and will you continue to make, or will you make daily to achieve success?
So for a couple months, like when I'm not on my little random trips that I've been posting about recently in the past year, anytime that I'm not on those trips, I'm usually in my apartment like a little hermit. Like, I don't leave my apartment very often. There are days where I'll sit in front of my computer for probably a good like 12 to 16 hours, depending on the day. Like, I will get up, I'll do my workout, then that's pretty much the furthest I leave from my computer on those days. And that's completely fine. There are also times where I'll come over to my best friend's house because she's like, I want to do work, you need to do work, we'll do work together. And she still has a little boy who loves to play with Melissa when she comes over. And I have to tell him, I'm like, Hayden, I can't play with you right now because I need to do this work. So yes, there are times where I'll post, oh, I'm at the pool at my best friend's house, but I'm out there reading personal development while I'm getting my tan on, or I'm on my phone and I constantly hear from her, you're always on your phone, you're always on your phone. I'm like, well, I have stuff I need to do. People are talking to me. I need to take care of it. Like, this is my business. So yes, I get out, but I'm still pretty much a hermit. So that time that I'm putting in now where I'm like, okay, I'm constantly on my phone, I'm constantly in my apartment, is what's going to give me the ability to be out in the open and to travel in the future.
Cool. Yeah, and it is. It's making those few sacrifices here and there that will get you to those. We say you're going to work in this business 3 to 5 years of like hard, dedicated, maybe not very many girls' night outs, or, just not watching so much TV, or maybe you're sacrificing a little bit of sleep. And really knowing too that don't feel like, guys, okay, because so what Missy says, there's been times that I've done the same thing where I'm like, okay, but that's during a push time or during a qualification or where I'm achieving this goal. So you're pushing and maybe you're in the stress zone for 4 or 5 weeks, and then you get to relax a little bit. Then it's like, okay, well now I'm going to take the next few months to just kind of work my normal 3 to 4 hours. And I say 3 to 4 hours. I truly try to keep my business hours to 3 to 4 hours when I'm not in a huge push. So I'm just doing my stability work where I'm building my volume and I'm helping my coaches and I'm doing more one-on-one time. So it changes. It's not like you're going to be in stressed out mode for 3 to 5 years where it's, oh my gosh, these people are working 16-hour days every single day for this. No, because some people have asked me that question. No, but there are times, just like I'm sure a lot of you who work full-time or you're full-time parents, even as a full-time mom, there's days when I did not shower, and still sometimes I don't shower, or my kids need me, or they're sick, or I'm just crazy. You guys do not want to see my kitchen right now. That's all I got to say. I'm not taking my computer out to show you that mess. But
oh my God, I love that I made it sound absolutely terrible. It's really not.
Well, I am. No, it's not that at all. I promise. I'm not. I'm actually giving my own personal statistics right now because it's just crazy. It's not terrible. It's amazing because you're absolutely right. Because then there's days that you're at the pool and you're reading a book, and that's your work day. Even yesterday for me, I think that was one of my posts. I put something like, worked out, leadership call, one-on-ones, lunch with a friend, and personal development. That was my work day. So we get to choose. And I love that. I love that you're honest and you're open, and you get to take days off whenever you feel like it. So you're on your own path and you know what you're working towards. So that's really cool. All right. Does anybody have any questions for Missy or for myself? All right. Well, Missy, thank you so much. I loved this. I really like this interview style, questions. We'll be doing this same style next Tuesday. And I really want you guys to leave this call fired up. I want you to make your plan of attack. I want you to go and set some new goals. I really want you to just realize that the potential in your own business is endless, and you get to choose. Missy chose to leave her full-time job because that's what she knew she wanted to do. She didn't like her full-time job. She chose her own path and she's working towards her own goals. You don't have to conform to anyone else's. This is your choice. So go out today, set some new goals, set your intentions high and make a commitment to treat this business as a business, because that is what it's all about, So I want you guys to also, this is big, so write this down. I want you to do the Chalene Johnson's 30-day push. So if you go to 30daypush.com, it's amazing. She will send you an email once a day, and I really want you all to commit to doing this for the next 30 days, because I've done this 30-day push now probably a dozen times, and I'm going to start it again, because you go through different seasons and you go through different things in life, and it just helps you to reorganize and find your priorities and help you get to that next level. And it's all free. You take 10 to 15 minutes out of your day each day to do this and go all in with that 30-day push. And then, type in our team page, give us some updates on what it is that you're learning. And also, don't get frustrated if you don't know your push goal. And I'm saying that because when I did this, probably the first 2 or 3 times, I got frustrated and stopped it after the first 8 to 10 days, because I didn't have goals that I didn't know how to set goals. So when she was talking about this push goal, what your ultimate goal is you want to work towards, I truly just didn't know. So don't feel frustrated by it. Know that it's totally common. So make sure you do that and then post that in our team page as you're accomplishing and as you're reading through. Give us your takeaways on it. And then one question from Leah: is there a place to find some example assignments for new coaches or people interested? Leah, I'm kind of confused by that question.
I think she means a Coach Basics,
Oh yeah, all of our Coach Basics, there are pretty much every script and curriculum is in our teamlegacyunited.com website. Again, the password for that is Anchor. You will find every script imaginable in there. Yeah, I said. Yeah, I just pulled them from those 30-day, the Coach Basics groups. I just copy and paste it into a message. That's all.
You could literally send them an email with the weekly assignments and then do a Zoom call with them to be okay, how did you do the assignments? Did you get all these done? And and just follow up with that way. That way you can share your screen with them if you need to help, show them things, answer any questions that way.
No problem. Yep, definitely. Go ahead. And you have a 5-day sneak peek that you're following this week. Cool. Awesome.
Nice.
All right, guys. So we will be back here next Tuesday. Really get your coaches to get on these calls or at least listen to the playbacks. And let's amp it up. I like our new team call time. I think it's going to be good. And I hope you guys have an awesome Tuesday. See you later.
Great job, Miss.